Good Saturday morning to you, and welcome to your next chapter production of The Heights at Avery Heights, a one-of-a-kind senior living community centrally located near the most entertaining and historical spots in Connecticut. Folks, it is never too late to grow and enjoy new realms of the mind and heart. Your next chapter, it delves deep into topics that will improve the way we think about aging, senior living, and the retirement years. It is time to celebrate our seniors and give them wholehearted encouragement to bravely step up to new experiences with optimism, inner peace, and the courage to never give up on growing. We're going to discuss exciting opportunities, important resources for older adults, financial well-being, senior living communities, and emotional health, along with Siobhan Stefarelli. I'm Gary Byron. Siobhan, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm awesome. You didn't read my title.
Oh, I'm
Senior
sorry.
Living
Did I not?
Specialist. I keep giving myself titles.
Oh, okay. Pardon me. Senior, you know why I crossed it out? I crossed out. No, I didn't mean to cross out your title. I crossed out hosted by Gary Byron because I don't like to talk about me in the third person. So I just crossed out that line, and it went into your line.
Title,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
No malice here. No malice.
This makes me into, like, what do you call it? The thought leaders, right? Is that what they call them? Thought leaders? Those are the people that...
Sure. You can call yourself... You're
right?
all of it, girl. You're the complete package with it. Senior living specialist. What does that mean?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
You know, you opened up that can of worms, so I'm going there.
It means that, well, I've been in the industry for probably about 15 years now. So I feel like, and I've been in hospice, I've been in home care, I've been in senior living communities, and I've been around, most of the other stuff. So I feel like, I just feel like I'm more than just, the Heights marketing person. Sure. I feel like when people come to me, I can give them more information, even if we're not possibly right at that time, the right place for them.
Are you able to take and draw upon your experiences from all of your previous employment, including hospice?
Yes.
And bring it to the Heights? I have a friend of mine. Actually, he was the pastor that did my wedding. He worked for hospice for a while. Mm. And he says, and he's been a pastor for nearly all of his adult life. And he says, Gary, if there's not a day that you do that job where it doesn't impact you.
Yeah.
And because I'm like, is it just after a while where it's just faces that people you don't know? He goes, no. This is someone's family. This is someone's father, mother, brother.
Exactly.
Son, daughter.
Yep.
It's never an easy job. And he says, you can't even do it for a long period of time. You maybe go back to it years down the road, but to do it all the time permanently, it drains on you. And I would imagine that if you worked in hospice that...
Yeah, I did it for about 4 years, and it is challenging.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Especially when you're meeting with the person who's passing. When they're self-signing themselves in, or their own person is what we call it. And that's challenging when someone's signing themselves on to hospice and they're there. They've resolved, and they usually are very, there's some emotional moments and so forth. But for the most part, they're very, they're accepting. They're there. They've decided to move forward with this. But it's hard because, to watch them and to know that, you get to a point where you're kind of, you're laughing and you're telling stories, but you always go back to remembering the fact that I'm signing you up for hospice. And, hospice doesn't always have to mean death. You have a 6-month diagnosis, but most of the time when you're signing yourself up, you've made the decision to stop treatment. And usually that does ultimately go that route.
So you're really seeing somebody of sound mind up front, and then gradually, it's inevitable because they wouldn't have contacted you at hospice, but that's challenging.
It's like, how do you get there though?
Yeah.
How do you, even in life now, there are days where you're just exhausted and you're like, oh, I can't wait till it's over. And then there are days where you're just like, you want to see your kids. My daughter's 13. I want to see her graduate and have her own kids and get married. I want but then it's inevitable. I mean, I'm almost 60. So when you're looking at age, how much more time do I have? Maybe 50 years if you count, a lot of people are living older now. I mean, we have people in our community.
110?
Oh, yeah. We have people in our community that live.
Well, the law of averages, though. I don't know if I want to live to 110.
We have quite a few people that are older. Like, you met Alan. He's going to be
right.
He's going to be 100 in July. So, and it's neat to see people that are getting older, and they're like Alan. I mean, he does his own laundry. I mean, he does his own everything.
I'm going to be 30 in March. I can't. Yeah, the big 3-0. Yeah.
Something. Oh, but it's not.
No, it's not even. No, I'll be. It'll end in 3. Yeah. It'll end in the number 3.
60,
30,
70?
33. 33.
33. Can you imagine? My son's going to be 30 in March.
Don't let the gray hair fool you, Siobhan.
Some people are early gray.
I put it there.
Some people, yeah.
I put it there. To make myself look more distinguished.
There you go.
Because it's really jet black.
So people
and I'm
take
like,
you seriously.
Or
you could do an accent, too. You could have done an accent. Hello.
I wanted the George Clooney look. So I figured works for him.
That guy, him and Brad Pitt, what is with their aging?
Ageless.
They have right? But they age, and the age makes them just look better, in my opinion. That's
How was your Christmas, by the way?
It was phenomenal. It was really, really good. I went to go see my grandson. He is so cute. He's just, he does this little thing with his nose now. Like, he smiles at you, and then he does that little scrunchy nose thing. So, like,
Does he
his
wear glasses?
personality. No, but his little personality's coming out. Like, he's not just, like, smiling because, I don't know, he's got gas. He's, like, smiling because, he really wants to smile at you, and it's so neat.
I smile only when I have gas. So you know when I have it. When I'm winking at you, that's a disguise.
That's little kids, though. That's what they do. But he's so cute. He's so smart. Like, we got him this little toy, and he learned so quickly. Like, he figured out, we got him this little thing. It's almost like a Connect 4 with animals. And he figured out where to put it, how to open the doors. I mean, he's just and he's only 1. He just turned 1 in November. Yeah.
Pretty bright
he's
for
very
1,
bright.
huh?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. He's a smart
nice.
kid. Yeah.
Well, that's good. And tell me a little bit about Avery Heights during the Christmas weekend.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool. Actually, I worked late on Friday, and I
on Festivus, you did?
I did. I should have got myself out of there, which I finally did. But I'm glad I did. They actually had a sing along. They do a social hour every Friday, but this was around the tree. It was a social hour, with holiday songs, and a girl was playing the piano, and it was so cool. They tried to sing that song, "Oh Christmas Tree." This was hysterical, and they didn't. She passed out words, but then people started requesting songs. And no one knew the words. So I'm in my office, and I printed them off from Google, and I started handing them out. But it was so pretty. It was really pretty.
That's me on the 12 days of Christmas. I never all right, so I know the partridge in a pear partridge in a pear tree is the first day. 5 golden rings. That's all I know.
Oh, wow.
2 turtle doves.
2 turtle doves.
All right, so I know those 3.
I think is it 3 calling birds?
French
3
hens?
French hens. 4 calling birds.
See?
3 French hens.
But now
count.
Now do this backwards from 12.
There's some ladies are dancing.
Figgy pudding.
And then there's
no. Oh, that's the wrong
people
song.
fifing. People 5, 12. Yeah.
I don't know. Pipers piping.
Pipers piping.
Lords a leaping.
Lords a leaping. And then there's geese a laying. When you got to do geese a laying.
See?
I don't know what's up with me.
I don't know neither. No, I get confused.
Yeah, we actually, when I was with hospice, actually, during COVID, we actually formed, what do we call ourselves? I think the Caring Connection Carolers or whatever. And what we did was we went to the windows. It was freezing, but it was so much fun. And we went outside of the nursing homes or assisted livings, and we actually sang songs. And it was really fun. And we dressed in silly costumes and hats, and we danced around. It was really cool. And and that's how I used to know the 12 Days of Christmas perfectly. But it was funny because a lot of the group, they were like, oh, let's not do the whole 12 days. Let's skip around. Well, we went to this one place that had memory care. And this guy was standing there going like this, like with his numbers. And we were like, okay, we can't skip. I looked at the group. I'm like, we can't skip because this guy is like counting down.
That takes 10 minutes to sing that song.
Yeah. What a crazy time, COVID. I remember we had tears. We had this one guy was the next year we went inside, and we had our mask on and so forth. And it was one guy's. It was his birthday, and so we're just messing around and we sang him happy birthday. He started crying. We had so many doing that, so many tears. Even when we were singing Christmas carols, people would start crying, Silent Night and stuff like that. People would get emotional. Yeah.
So here it is. Today is New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Any plans? Any plans personally, and then tell me a little bit about what's like at the Heights. I mean, I would imagine the ball drop. People are going to watch. You're going to have the.
Yes, she actually is going to have the ball drop in the movie theater, and then we have a screen in the lobby. But I forgot to mention too, for Christmas, actually Hanukkah, which was the 18th, Christmas and New Year's, he does an amazing buffet. I mean, he did for Hanukkah. He did brisket and different things like that with the Manischewitz, I think it is
the wine.
Yep. He did that, and then for Christmas he did lamb, asparagus, and I mean it was like a whole menu. And then for New Year's he's doing a whole big thing as well. I mean, and it's funny because he comes to my office and he shows me this menu. So sometimes I'm running around, so I miss lunch and I'm like, why are you showing this to me? It was like,
rub it in.
Yeah, but he does a great job. I mean, Tim, as we know, our dining manager, he does an amazing job. Dining director, he does an amazing job of putting things together. So that's part of our New Year's Eve and the ball dropping.
Of course.
And then obviously Friday we'll have our little social hour, and I'm sure she'll do something fun.
That
with
was
that.
yesterday.
Huh?
Friday.
Friday.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Yeah. So a big to do tonight.
A big to do tonight.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. It should be amazing. Yeah. They do a great job.
What are you doing? You watch the ball drop?
My daughter is actually doing a lock-in with the church that I go to. So basically, they haven't done it in... my son, actually, they did it with him. The teens, they have a big teen ministry. So they did it with him, and he's 30. So they did it back then. And then they stopped doing it during COVID. So she actually has never done one. And basically what they do is at 9:30, we drop her off at the church. She brings her sleeping bag and all this stuff. They have to stay up till midnight. And then we pick them up at 9 a.m. the next morning. And they do lessons, they'll have music, they'll have games, but it's and teens are coming from all over New England. So Maine, Vermont, Boston.
Wow.
Yeah, and she goes to teen camp, so she's got friends from all those areas. So she's excited.
How old is she?
My plans are dull. That's why I'm mentioning her plans.
How old is she?
She's 13.
Gotcha.
She's 13.
That sounds
She
fun
is
for a
so
13-year-old.
excited. Yes.
Does she have friends from all over the place?
She has friends from all over because she goes to teen camp,
Right.
and they come from all over for teen camp. And they go to teen camp up in Maine. And it's a sleepaway camp. It goes for 7 days.
You think she'll make it till midnight?
She will. Oh gosh,
Yeah.
My daughter. She's my kid. My kids don't like to sleep, so she'll pass out after that. She'll have her sleeping bag.
I'll make up for them.
Yeah, but
I wish I had more time for sleep.
yeah, they like to sleep during the day. They don't like to sleep at night.
They're nocturnal.
Both of them were. Both of them were like
Typical teenage.
Yes, and luckily my pediatrician is very forward thinking. So she was just like, you know what? As long as they're able to get up in the morning, get their work done, do what they have to do, don't, force them. So they usually went to bed at 10 o'clock. And everyone makes, how people are, and a family makes a big deal. Your kids go to bed at 10 o'clock. And they're also on the honor roll. And your kids are what?
If it ain't broke?
Exactly. That's my pediatrician.
I would say.
So my plans are boring. I don't actually know what we're doing. I think my sister's going to come over, and we're probably going to play games and have a nice dinner and just kind of chill. I think that's what we're going to do. I try to make it to midnight. I'm so old now. I usually pass out.
Oh, you can do it. Come on.
I can do it when she's there. When she's there, I can do
go.
it. But when she's not there, And when you're watching those shows with the ball dropping, those just get kind of...
I only put that on at quarter of. I don't watch the whole show.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, it's quarter of, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And then once the ball comes down, I just turn it off.
Yeah.
You don't need to watch. There's nothing else on after that.
They're not bad.
Although you can watch the ball, I guess, you want to watch every time zone.
Yes, which is really kind of cool.
Central,
which I wonder how that
Mountain,
works. Yeah.
And then Pacific. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess I could watch it early. Yeah, because Pacific would be 5 hours, right?
Well, that's 3 hours.
3 hours.
3
5 hours? Not 5? California? Which one's, wait.
I think that's 3 hours.
Yeah. Is it 3 hours?
It's there's Eastern time, right? Or in the Eastern time zone.
Eastern time, yeah.
And then there's Central, Mountain,
yeah,
and Pacific.
Yeah. Those are early, Central and Mountain, right? Like an hour or 2 hours?
I think it's 1 hour each.
Okay.
Each time you cross the...
Got it, yeah. Actually, I had an appointment the other day where someone sent it to me in Central time. So I'm sitting there at 3 o'clock on this appointment, and the appointment's actually for 4.
You know what I did one time? I was at the Hoover Dam, and I leaped. I'm like, right now it's 1 o'clock.
Too much fun. I went there.
1 o'clock.
Too much fun.
It's 2 o'clock.
Too much fun.
I know.
I kept
right?
doing it too. I kept on jumping over. People were getting mad at me. It was so much fun.
It's simple things in life that may entertain us. Look at
this.
What's going on over at the Heights?
Lots of stuff actually.
Tell me what's new for 2023.
What is new for 2023? Well, I made notes.
Okay.
Got to look at my notes.
You're allowed.
I know, because there's a lot going on. So we're actually going to be doing a celebrity cooking competition with local celebrities. I haven't started getting the celebrities, so don't ask me who yet. But I'm hoping to get like Gino, because I know that he cooks from Yukon.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get some
Does
of
he
the
cook?
Yeah.
I know he's got a restaurant, but I don't think he cooks at the restaurant.
You know, I'm making an assumption. But I'd like him to be there still.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think it would be cool.
Yeah. Ask him.
So I'd like to get him. I'd like to get. We're going to have the charity. So probably be for Alzheimer's, the Connecticut Alzheimer's Association. We'll do that. I'm hoping to get some people from TV. You're going to be there to host it because I've already asked you that once.
Do we have the date on that?
We don't have a date on it
Okay.
yet. We'll have to talk about it after.
Okay.
You'll tell me the date because I haven't said it yet.
Whoa.
But it'll be in June.
Oh, in June. Oh,
Yes.
oh.
Yes.
Okay. No problem. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, my January's pretty booked.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, good. June is fine.
I am so excited. So we'll have groups of 2. Okay. They'll all compete against Tim. And then whoever wins it, they'll have appetizer, they'll have the main dish, they'll do in a dessert. And then each winner of those 3 sections, those will be on our menu. And we'll have that on our menu. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm a big foodie. So
Are
I'm
you
really
pairing
excited.
people up? Please tell me, you're not. I don't have to cook this myself.
No, you'll be hosting. So
I'll be hosting.
Yes, you'll be like, hey, this is going on. Oh, look over there. So that when they're cooking, you'll kind of keep it flowing. And,
all right.
Yeah.
Even I don't eat my cooking. No, I'm teasing. I'm sure I'm not that bad.
Yeah. So I'm excited,
Not that
really
good
excited
neither,
about
but-
that. I love cooking, and I think it'll be neat. We'll do it outside. We'll have little stations and stuff like that, and I think it'll be a blast. I think yesterday I was watching the American Bake Off. It's, you know how they have the Great American British Bake Off. This is the American
I've
Bake
seen
Off.
the British one.
Yeah. Now they have an American one with
Okay.
celebrities. It's really good.
So
Yeah.
who's a good cook then?
Who was, well, the celebrities, they weren't like major celebrities. They were kind of like,
Yeah, Pacino's not doing the bake.
No. It was like a football player. I can't even think of any of there was the girl that was in that. I can't even think of the name of the show. She was in a sitcom, but it's not. It's like second or third.
That's how big these celebrities are.
They weren't big.
What's her
Yeah,
name, you know?
yeah, they weren't like, but you know them. Like if you see it, they're like supporting actors and actresses and. Yeah, that level of celebrity. Yeah, because when I first saw celebrity, I was thinking like, oh,
These are like C-level celebrities.
No, B level.
B?
B, I would say B.
All right.
Yeah, there was like a social media influencer. There was a girl from Saturday Night Live, different people like that. But yeah, I couldn't tell you their names. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but it was really neat to watch. So that's what we're doing for that. We're doing
Okay.
a dine and dash in March. So that's where you can come and grab some of our delicious food, bottle of wine for 2 people, but you take a tour. So it's called a dine and dash. You grab the money.
Grab
The money, grab the food. And then we're doing a rock painting with For All Ages. I think we had them on last year. We had them on our podcast. So that nonprofit organization, we're doing a rock painting. And they're basically, the teens are going to come in and paint rocks with our seniors. And then we're going to take those rocks and put them around Hartford and West Hartford. And when someone sees one, they can take a picture of themselves on Facebook. They'll be inspirational.
Nice.
So we're doing that. We're starting our memory cafe.
We talked about that
Starting
last week.
Yeah, it's going to start. The first one's going to be a drum circle. And then we're also going to have a wonderful Irish singer for March is coming in. And then in April, we're doing the gentleman from the People Plant Connection. And he's going to come in and he's going to do a planting activity for April. And then for February, we're doing a Valentine's activity. And so this is where the caregiver and the person that has Alzheimer's or dementia or a memory challenge can come in. It's totally free. They have some nice refreshments and some nice food, and they can sit for a free activity. And it just, a lot of times people can't get out when when they're taking care of someone. It's a lot. And in this environment, they can enjoy themselves.
Totally action-packed, my friends.
Yes.
Folks, you are listening to your next chapter production of The Heights at Avery Heights.
Yep.
Along with Siobhan Stefarelli. I'm Gary Byron. Talk to me about these podcasts that you've got coming up in 2023.
So, back to the notes. So, we have some really cool stuff. So, our next show, I'm going to be talking about healthy resolutions for older adults and why they work. I truly believe, as you know, never stop setting goals. Never, just because you're older, that doesn't mean you're done. So that's important as
Good
well.
point.
Yep. We're going to have Kathy Frieda from Sage Solutions on. She's a geriatric care manager. She's going to be on pretty frequent next year. So she's going to come in and talk about all sorts of fun topics. Her topic for in a couple of weeks is going to be solo agers. So I know.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out.
Something to look forward to.
On January 10th.
All right.
Listen in.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
she's amazing. She sends out these newsletters that are just, the last one she sent out, it had a test to see how purposeful you are, how driven you are. And I took the test. I actually scored pretty decent. Not great, but decent.
I could see that.
Decent.
You're pretty
So she's amazing. We love working with her. We're going to be talking about how to pay for senior living services. So, We're going to be going more in depth. We've kind of gone around the fringe on that more in depth because I think that's important. We're going to have more incredible people on our series called Living Your Next Chapter, Life on Purpose. So we're going to have a gentleman who's a photographer who goes all around the world. And he started in his 60s or 70s. And he takes amazing, breathtaking photos. And he just goes around Alaska, all around the country, all around. And he takes these beautiful photos and he shares them. He comes back and shares them.
Is he published?
He is, yeah. So he'll come back and talk to us, which is fun. We're going to have a barbershop quartet on. Yep, which you can participate in.
Or you don't want to hear me sing?
Doobie doobie doo.
I can do that.
You can't do a cappella?
I can barely speak. You want me to sing?
The 12 Days of Christmas, you could even do it.
When I sing, the glass shatters. That's how terrible.
That's not a bad thing, right? Because that.
Oh, that's no.
Right?
Oh, that means you hit a high note.
Right. Is that what you do?
That's me when I step on a tack in this room. Yes. Is there anyone that you're looking forward to the most, or maybe a couple?
The barbershop quartet. I love stuff like that. Believe it or not. I love a cappella stuff. That's going to be really good.
Tough.
And they're actually going to be coming to the Heights as well to perform for our residents. So what we're trying to do is kind of get the folks on the podcast, Living Your Next Chapter, and then have them come to the community and kind of encourage our older adults to kind of keep going. This is it's your journey. You're still here. So you got to keep living. That's what that whole series is about, is older adults who have kind of taken on that next chapter and really taken it seriously. We're also going to hopefully have a gentleman on that started his own food truck business. He retired. He started in his 60s, and he did with his son, and he goes all over. And I know it's a simple thing, but that's so cool. I actually, that's one of my retirement goals, is to have a food truck and to go around.
What would be yours?
I don't know. My husband and I have been talking about a couple of different things. Something definitely with chicken, but then we'd also do breakfast too. We do breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that, and then we do lunch. Just breakfast and lunch we do. And then every once in a while we do a pop-up restaurant where we'd have dinner and stuff like that. But I love to cook.
I would do ice cream.
Oh yeah,
man,
right?
I love ice cream.
Oh, with the music?
Oh, like an ice cream. Whatever. Yeah. I don't even care about music. I just love ice cream.
Yeah.
I can eat ice cream on the coldest day of the year. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I got a cup. I mean, you want to talk about fattening? Goes right. I might as well not even eat it. I might as well just put it right there.
From the lips to the hips, right?
From the lips. You got that right. Just like I can drink a hot piping cup of coffee on the hottest day of the year. I don't drink iced coffee. I don't even like iced coffee. I will drink hot coffee when it's 95 out and the humidity is to the point where my hair looks scary. I become Scary Gary. Hey.
Yeah, for Christmas, I got my daughter it's supposed to be a hot chocolate maker, but it turns out you can do steamed milk in that as well. And so last night, I made my husband a macchiato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A macchiato, I was just thinking.
So cool with the foam, and then I put the whipped cream, and then I took some cocoa powder and sprinkled on there.
Boy, you are creative
right?
in the kitchen here. Look at you.
I know. I love it. I love to cook. I love to, decorate the house and host people. And then we're going to be talking about grief as well. So we're definitely going to be talking. We have a couple of people coming on. This awesome book to teach people how to deal with people when they're grieving. We actually read it when I was at the hospice company, and it's called "Don't Sing Songs to a Heavy Heart." And it's how to relate to the people when they're suffering. So not the platitudes, not the he's in a better place or the person's not suffering. We all go to those, but a lot of times when someone passes, that actually makes it worse for people. And this gentleman is amazing. He has a whole ministry where he teaches people how to deal with people when they're grieving, and it takes thought. You have to pause yourself because you want to just give those. Like I said, he's in a better place. He's not suffering anymore. At least in the end, he wasn't in pain. All these things that some reason he took a poll and he did all this research and he found out that this wasn't comforting people.
We could all learn from that one. What about the Living Your Next Chapter, Life on Purpose series?
Yes, so that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So different people
Okay.
we're going to have in. So we're also going to have an author. She wrote a book called Oh Hello Alzheimer's. And that was a book that she wrote. Her husband actually got Alzheimer's and she wrote a book. And
Did she send me the book?
She sent you the book, so it's a big book, to read.
I got this book one day, and I'm like, I don't know who's sending me a book, and
Yeah.
and why are they sending me this book?
Yeah.
So I put it off to the side. It's on my desk
Yeah.
right now.
So she's not going to be on until February.
All right.
Yeah, but it's neat. She wrote a whole book to help people and it's neat because she talks about.
She's
the
local.
Yeah, she talks about the journey too, the different stages, and she, how she talks about what happens in these different stages. Because with Alzheimer's, there's different. Obviously, unfortunately, you're declining, and so she talks about her, goes in depth with her thoughts of what and what she experienced through those different stages. So she's going to be on.
Goodness.
So we got some good stuff, and we also have our own Harvest Healthcare. It's the company that we use. They're out in Avon, and they're the people that come in and do our Jerry Psych work. So those are the folks that come in and work with our people that have Alzheimer's and dementia, and they actually help to take care of them. So I figured we'd have them in as well, because to me it's important, in talking about the Heights, that people have a full understanding of all the people that we work with, all of our vendors, and kind of get to know them on a different level.
It's incredible. I can't believe
Yeah.
I shouldn't even be surprised knowing you. You're busy.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Heights.
And this is exciting.
This is
yeah.
This is full. This is a
Yeah.
full. You just went over the next half a
I
year.
know, yeah. We just actually hired a wonderful lady, Anna. Actually, met her. She was in here a couple weeks ago. She's wonderful, and she has just taken this show to a whole incredible level, which I'm really excited about. I've never had it booked like this far out. And so it's exciting and it's important. This show is all about giving seniors the information that they need.
Folks, you have been listening to the latest edition of Your Next Chapter, Senior Living with Siobhan Cefarelli. Now, the Heights, she's the Heights, hold on, Senior Living Specialist.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
Thanks. Oh, you're right. Avery Heights is a beautiful senior living community nestled within 43 acres of nature, right in the heart of the junction between West Hartford, Newington, and Hartford. And those who live there have access to a full continuum of care, including independent and assisted living to memory care and a whole lot more. You got to visit averyheights.org, A-V-E-R-Y, Heights.org, or call them for a tour. And the beauty of this tour is there's no pressure. Just say you want a tour.
Yep.
They don't whip anything under your nose and say, here's a pen. Just say you want the tour, you want to take it all in, and observe. You're going to find a lot of happy people. Write this number down, 860-953-1201. I'll give it to you one more time, 860-953-1201, to learn more about their own special brand of community, unlike any other in Connecticut. For Siobhan Cefarelli, I'm Gary Byron. Thank you so much for listening. Until next weekend, Happy New Year and have a good one, everybody. So long.